everybody, Divas on a Dime here with one of the sisters, aka Kendra. And today I just want to talk about my pet peeves at a convention. And maybe I'll title this video Don't Be That Person Convention Edition. Now, a few of my pet peeves will be the main one. I would say, don't critique other people's cosplays when they didn't even ask for your opinion in the first place. Okay? Now, I have a story, that goes with that. This was some years ago. Me and Christy's friend came with us to a convention. And she cosplayed Alice from Alice in Wonderland. And we went into the dealer's room. And there was this chick that was cosplaying one of the Sailor Stars. I can't remember which Sailor Star it was. But, she's standing there. You could just read her. You could just tell she thought she was the ish. Like the way she was standing and everything. She thought she was all that in a couple of suits. Okay? She sits there and talks about Christy's friend talking about her Alice cosplay. She had a guy with her, and she goes and says, Alice in Wonderland with pants. And he goes and says, so what? Why are you worried about it? I'm not. I'm just saying, if you're gonna cosplay, you need to do it right. Okay. First and foremost, there is no right or wrong way to cosplay. Alright? You can put your own spin on it if you want to, or you could do it exactly like that character if you want to. In my opinion, when people put their own spin on a cosplay, it makes it so unique. Like, I love it. I love to see when people put their own spin to it. But her problem, like I said, I could just tell, I could read people. She thought that everybody was going to come to her and ask for her picture. That's what she thought. You could just tell. And she was salty because Christy's friend had a couple people come and ask her for a picture. And she was salty and mad about that. But I'm just like this. You're at a convention. Have fun. Don't be a negative person. If someone wants to cosplay a character, put their own spin on it, that's them. Leave them alone. Why are you, like the guy said, why are you worried about it? Like I said, don't be a person at a convention and critique other people's cosplays unless they ask for your opinion. Other than that, leave them alone. They're enjoying themselves. You should enjoy yourself too, instead of scanning, throughout the whole convention, making fun of other people's cosplays. That's ridiculous. But, like I said, she was just mad because Christy's friend was getting asked for pictures, and at that moment, she wasn't. But, whatever. Some people, they need to get a life. Now, another one of my pet peeves, which, there's so many videos of this on YouTube, I'm sure, is the hygiene. Yes, the hygiene. People, if you have money to get a hotel at a convention, you have money to drive up there, or if you take a bus, a train, a plane, whatever means of transportation to get there, and you have money, to get your badge or your, and your cosplays and all that, then you can afford some soap, toothpaste, deodorant, lotion, and all the good smell goods. Okay, I can't tell you how many conventions that Christy and I have been to, and we smell hot booty cheeks and hot underarms. It don't make no sense. It makes it a bad experience for all the other con goers. Please wash up. And I think for some people, they're afraid that they're going to miss out on something. But you have time to take a 15 to 20 minute shower. You are not going to miss anything. And then some of them, they wonder why they don't have a girlfriend or a boyfriend. Some of them are like, oh, I'm looking for that special someone. Well, no one is going to want you if you're stinking. And it's the same thing with people, want to make friends at a convention. Well, you're not going to make friends if you stink. Go to your hotel, run that shower, put some soap on your body, scrub it up, brush them teeth, gargle, floss, put on some lotion, don't be ashy, put on some good smelling perfume, some good smelling cologne, and you're good. Like, why would you want to go to a convention stinking? Especially if you got on a nice cosplay, you want to smell good with it. You know, me and Christy, we was at CatCon a few years ago, and oh my gosh, someone's underarms were on fire. Okay, all I could hear was BTS Fire playing. Like, it smelled that bad. And you know, CatCon's in the winter, it's cold. But someone's underarm just smelled like they ran a marathon in triple digit weather. It was hot and angry smelling funk. My nose hairs wanted to like singe. Like, my nose hairs were burning. Like, it was bad. Me and Krista were like, WTF, this guy that was near us, he was in the middle of a conversation, and then the smell just hit him. He goes, oh my God. Yeah, it was that bad. So people, please don't be that person that stinks at a con. Wash your booty, please. Okay. Now, another one of my pet peeves is just don't be a negative Nancy, period. You know, we've experienced this, me and Christy, you know, we don't even talk to them anymore, but we had, you know, some friends that came with us to cons, and they were just very, very negative. All they wanted to do was stay in the hotel, and, you know, when we went to the con, they complained about everything that was going on. So I'm just like this, if you're going to be like that, don't even bother coming in the first place, because you're making it a bad experience for the people that came with you. Nobody wants to be around all that negative energy. You know, some people, you know, certain conventions, that's like the only convention that they go to throughout the whole year. So, you know, have fun, make it you know, venture out. Sure, maybe some conventions you go to and, you know, it might not have much to offer, but make your own fun. Like, venture out, like, talk to people, you know, look in the dealer's room, like, go to some of the rooms and watch some anime or something, you know, like, just go out and do something. Don't sit there in a corner with your arms crossed looking like a sourpuss because, you know, you're mad because you feel like this con sucks. Like I said again, you know, don't even bother going if you're going to be like that. Now, another one of my pet peeves. This is sad, but you know you have to eat, sleep, and stay hydrated. Don't be that person that has the ambulance come to get you and you're laid out on a stretcher. I can't tell you how many conventions we went to and you hear that ambulance, the alarm, the ambulance sound going through, and you know someone is on a stretcher because they didn't stay hydrated, they didn't eat, they didn't sleep. Now, you're excited, I get that. Me and Christy, we're excited all the time when we go to cons, but we know that we have to eat, sleep, and stay hydrated. And this is some, you know, some of the people that this happens to, they're grown, so they know that they gotta do that. Like, you have to take time for you. You can't enjoy the con if you're at the hospital. You have to take care of yourself. That is important. And it's sad because in some of the conventions, you know, they have that, like with the little pamphlets, you know, you have to eat, sleep, and stay hydrated. They shouldn't even have to put that in a rule book. That's something, you know what I'm saying? You know that's what you gotta do. But some people, they don't. They're that excited that they will not eat, sleep, or stay hydrated, and then hear the ambulance coming, and then, you know, someone says, yeah, someone passed out. It's ridiculous. You know, don't be that person. Excuse me. Now, another one of my pet peeves. This is for people that cut the line. Don't be that person. Oh my gosh. Okay. This was one year me and Christy was at a convention and we was in a registration line. The line, you know, it was moving a little bit slower than usual. It was like a glitch or whatever with their computers, which is fine because this was early in the morning. There's really nothing going on. And I think for, you know, what, you know, all that was happening, they were still moving at a fast pace. So, you know, a lot of people were coming in and they were cutting the line. they would call their friends up like, yeah, come on, come on. And I thought that was so disrespectful and rude, because for people that waited in line for hours and you just get there and you cut the line, making it even longer, who do you think you are? Like, you came here, go towards the back. You know, and some people, they were like stepping out of the line, going outside, talking to their friends, which is cool. But what makes you think that you're going to get your spot back? And that's what was happening. They were stepping out the line, outside, talking to their friends, and then they came back in and got back into their spot. I'm like, you need to go to the back. And this one guy, he was bold. Like, I knew he was going to do it, like his body language, because they were behind us, I think. They might have been like right behind us, or there was somebody else behind us and they were behind that person. But they stepped out of line and they was inching, and they ended up in front of me and Christy, and I knew they were going to do that. I said, I knew they was going to cut the line. And I was talking about them loud. Like, that's just so, I was like, this is so rude. People cutting the line and they know darn well they was back there and, you know, XYZ. And they felt guilty about it, because when we finally got up to the registration and got our badge, they were trying to be all nice to us, saying, oh, you can use this computer to register to get your badge. I ignored them. I was just like, because I'm like, now you just cut us in line, and now, you know, that we're up here, you want to be all nice. And like I said, I don't forget faces. I'm bad with names. I don't forget faces. We kept running into this dude, you know, throughout the convention, you know, throughout those whole 3 days, and he couldn't even look at us because he knew he was wrong. Like, we would keep seeing him, he would keep putting his head down because he knew he was wrong. You don't do that. You know, wait your turn and wait in line like everybody else. That's one of my pet peeves, for real. You know, like I said, some conventions, the lines are crazy, but it is what it is. You know, whether you pre-register or register, you gotta wait in line regardless, and just do that. But, I mean, I have some more pet peeves, but that's like the top ones that really irk me. So, you know, if there's pet peeves at conventions, you know, that you guys have, leave them down below in the comment box. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys later. Bye. Thing that gets on my nerves, you know, at conventions with some people, is when you ask for a picture and they don't want to take the picture because you're not a professional photographer. They don't see a business card, so they're rude and they don't want to take a picture. Now, I understand if a cosplayer is busy or they're on their way to a panel or if they're eating or something. I get that. I don't bother, you know, people and ask them for a picture if they're, you know, in the middle of doing something. That's very rude. I always ask for permission first. However, if they're not busy, what will it hurt to take a picture? You know, I know 1 year at NecoCon, you know, me, Christy, and one of Christy's friends, we were in line for the rave, and we saw a really cool Sailor Saturn and Sailor Pluto cosplay. And they were just talking and walking. You could tell they weren't, you know, busy or anything. They're just, you know, walking around. So Christy's friend says, ooh, a Sailor Pluto and Sailor Saturn cosplay. Let's get their picture. So I'm like, okay. So we, you know, call them and say, Sailor Pluto, Sailor Saturn, you know, can we get your picture? And the Sailor Saturn, she turned around and she, you know, tugged at Sailor Pluto and was like, you know, they want our picture. And the Sailor Pluto goes like, you know, like no. And they, you know, end up walking away. That was so rude. You weren't busy doing anything, but I guess, like I said, because we didn't have a business card or something, they didn't want to be bothered. I don't know. But this is my thing, though. Don't cosplay if you don't want people asking for your pictures. You know, some people get upset if you ask for a picture, and it's like, you know, that's what we do at conventions. You know, people see, you know, their favorite cosplayer, or costumes, or a favorite cosplayer, and they want to get a picture. If they're being respectful and you're not busy at the moment, what will it hurt to take one picture? I don't understand that. Don't cosplay if you don't want a whole bunch of people asking for pictures. I don't get it. I don't. Some people just want to be butt munchers. They really do. And another time that happened, we was at a convention, and it was two girls. They were cosplaying. I forgot what characters. I know it was from Soul Eater, but I can't remember the names of the two characters. But they were taking a bunch of pictures for a photographer, and a guy comes after the photographer is done, and he asks them for a picture. And they go and say, "Oh, well, we're tired. We already had our photo shoot." And then they walk off. And then a guy, you could tell his feelings were hurt. He was just like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, you could have took one more picture. Like, literally, you could have took one more picture. That was just being rude. I'm sorry. I mean, yeah, maybe you might have been a little bit tired. I don't know, but I'm just saying. One more picture. Like, y'all literally just finished, your photo shoot, the photographer, and the guy comes and acts nicely. If that was me and Christy, we would have did it. One more picture, what would it hurt? Okay. Maybe it's just me, I just have weird pet peeves, but that really gets on my nerves.